the best foods to feel full? First thing to keep in mind, protein, like in this tuna, as protein is the most satiating macronutrient. Next, foods high in water content, like lettuce. Cruciferous vegetables, like broccoli, are also great. And then foods high in fiber, like whole wheat pasta, high fiber wraps, or these protein bars. I got these for $1. Score. There's actually a list of the most satiating foods. Do you want to know what number 1 is? The plain baked potato. No, French fries do not count.
All right, protein, fiber, energy, low energy density. I mean, it's basically what we score high.
Yeah, I think he said baked potato is number 1 satiety, but I think it's technically boiled potato, which has higher water content.
Yeah, baked potato. Then you have a loaded baked potato with butter and sour cream and stuff. Then it's not top of the list, right?
Right. For most Americans, a potato is just a vehicle to load up with fat. And then it's like the satiety is just as good, but the calories are triple. So the satiety per calorie is terrible.
So no loaded baked potatoes. They're not going to help people lose weight, at least.
Top 5 best foods for weight loss that helped me go from this to this and lose 60 pounds. Coming in at number 1, Greek yogurt. Whether you just get the plain one or a pre-spun one already, it is super low calorie, absolutely filled with protein, and it is so filling. You can eat it by itself, you can add some fruit to it, you could even use it as a sour cream and ranch replacement. Greek yogurt is on top.
Okay, Greek yogurt.
Boom.
Number 1.
Okay, love this. I love this so hard. That's like my number 1 favorite food also. I mean, it's absolutely amazing.
Me too, actually.
Greek yogurt. It's crazy good. I mean, it's the full fat is like 40% protein and only 1 calorie per gram. And the fat free is like 60-70% protein and 0.6 kcals per gram. You can eat like 8 pounds of this stuff and not exceed your daily calories. It's absolutely game changing. I have people eating the hell out of this stuff. I have it every day. This is my favorite food ever. I love this guy, and I'm impressed with his weight loss. So this is great. So far, this is great.
There's a lot of Greek yogurt behind that weight loss.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Next one.
Number 2, we have popcorn. In specific, this brand called Smart Pop. Gives you a very big bag for about 100 calories. It is a wonderful replacement for chips. And even if you want something sweet, you can add some Splenda to it. And now you got yourself some caramel corn. And at number...
Okay, popcorn.
Okay, love it. Air popped popcorn. And this Smart Pop stuff is actually great. There's certain brands of popcorn that have a bunch of added fat and a bunch of added oil, but
like
this stuff
skinny pop.
Skinny pop is just disgusting. It has like triple the fat of this stuff and a ton of calories, and I'm angry that it's called skinny anything. So that's a ripoff. But this Smart Pop, or there's a healthy pop that's good. There's Smart Pop that's good, and I eat this stuff pretty much every day. I have a bag of this microwave Smart Pop every single freaking day. Now, and I have to be totally transparent. This is an area where the Hava app is underperforming because all your nutrition labels are using energy density in calories per unit of mass, grams, right? So it's like calories per gram. The problem is you can measure energy density. You can measure density of anything by either mass in grams or volume in milliliters. Now, if you look at water, it's like 1 gram equals 1 milliliter. And if you look at foods that are mostly water, like your fruits and vegetables and your meat, it's a very high water content. It's pretty close to like 1 gram and 1 milliliter are equivalent. But popcorn has such a massive volume, it totally blows the mass part away. Popcorn has an energy density by mass of 3.5 kcals per gram. That's pretty high. That's like a lot of calories for the amount it weighs. But a liter of popcorn only weighs 30 grams. And so the actual energy density, if you calculate it by volume, is like 0.08. It's like lower than celery. And celery is like, mostly water. So it's 1 gram, 1 milliliter. They're about the same. So popcorn is something that has this crazy volume advantage. Now, humans tend to eat the same weight or volume of food, almost independent of the calories in there. And so you could technically look at calories per gram or calories per unit of volume per milliliter and use either one for energy density. And I've made a case for in the app having certain foods that are puffed, like a puffed grain that has a crazy amount of air, crazy volume, using energy density legitimately, but instead of kcals per gram, kcals per milliliter.
Yeah, so we've discussed this, and let's just admit our Hava app is not the greatest for scoring popcorn.
Yeah.
These foods that are extremely full of air, which is basically just popcorn. I guess there might maybe some other foods here and there, but mostly it's popcorn.
It's really just puffed grains, honestly, and they should be scoring higher than they are.
So we'll add a modifier for this at some point. We're so busy with all kinds of improvements, but this is on the list. We're gonna score popcorn more realistically. Right now they score average or slightly below, but they should good brands of popcorns like you talked about, without tons of added sugar or fat, of course. They should score decently well, right?
Right. And the popcorn is also crushing it in fiber. Now, popcorn is very low in protein. Corn is only about 13% protein by a calorie, which is pretty low. So I'd drink a Fairlife Core Power and then eat a bag of this popcorn together. And I'm checking every box. I've got the protein, I've got the fiber, I've got the low energy density, I've got the high oral processing time and slowing eating. It's a really good add-on. It's not the greatest by itself. I wouldn't go on a popcorn mono diet because protein percent is low.
No, it's like a snack. You need to get your protein somewhere else. But as a snack, it's pretty good if you choose the right brand.
If you choose the right brand, that's a big deal. Look at the calories and the fat and the label and because the Skinny Pop is crap.
Don't buy a Skinny Pop. Okay.
No, that for real.
All right, let's move on.
3, this is pretty obvious, but we've got ground turkey and chicken. Goes without saying, super filling. There's literally no other macro in this other than protein. And the reason I put ground turkey on here is because of how easy it is to make a ground turkey burger, and it tastes amazing. At number 4.
Okay, hard to argue against, or what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, ground turkey and ground chicken is basically just a protein supplement. And these are amazing. Use them all the time. I do think that if you get an extra lean ground beef, 95% lean, 94, 95, 96% lean ground beef, it's not that much worse. So you can actually do that as well. But these ground poultry things are a staple in my fridge for sure.
Let's move on.
4, we've got any fruit that has a high water content. You cut out most of the sugar in your diet, I swear to God, fruit will taste exactly like candy. And on top of that, it is unbelievably filling and you will feel so good after eating it. My personal go-to are berries or melons. And lastly, but certainly...
Okay, fruit.
Fruit, yeah, I mean, totally agree. Now the problem with fruit is it has no protein in it at all. So it has to be a side dish to protein. But daily basis, Greek yogurt with berries in it, blueberries, raspberries are my favorite. Insane satiety per calorie, insane Hava score. Love fruit, especially berries and melons. These are the 2 lowest energy density fruits. The only fruits that have a kind of a high energy density that people might not want to just go absolutely crazy with, maybe bananas and avocados and pineapple. There's a few fruits that are a little bit higher sugar. Grapes, not quite as good.
I was gonna say.
And then dried fruit, okay, it's getting a little bit problematic there because most people could eat a lot of dried fruit
Raisins.
and barely even notice. Yeah.
Dried cranberries, not so great.
But I love apples, very low energy density, very high soluble fiber. I'm eating apples every day. I'm eating multiple apples a day. I'm eating berries every day. This is great. This is good. This is solid.
Chopped apple and non-fat Greek yogurt. That's probably my most common dish of any. Let's see what the next one is.
Certainly not least, any low-calorie bread. Ideally, you want to try to find something where it's 45 or under per slice. This is an absolute game changer because I feel like there's a stigma that goes around that you can't eat bread and lose weight. You can use this for so many different things. Obviously, you can use it for a sandwich. You can use it for French toast. You can get creative and do whatever you want with it. I hope this video helps. Follow.
Okay, bread. Tips. That's a bit surprising to see in there. What do you say?
Yeah. I mean, I eat bread all the time, but only low carb, low calorie, keto bread. It's got to have tons of fiber. It's got to have low net carbs. He's looking at the calories per slice, which is a pretty good proxy for satiety score, basically. I'm not eating Wonder Bread. And I agree with this guy. It's you get the right bread, you can absolutely eat bread. You have to, now, again, wheat is 12% protein. The number one source of protein in the American diet is wheat.
That's
wheat flour.
pathetic.
That's the number one source of protein. And it's only 12% protein. So just think about how many extra calories you have to eat
Has
when
a
you're
ton of
eating
calories.
just a ton of wheat. So this is like this is a vehicle to put something better on. Like I'll make avocado toast with some Ezekiel bread or some really high fiber sprouted type bread, and then I'll put some avocado on it and slice up hard boiled eggs and put it on there, sprinkle a little everything bagel seasoning on top of that and eat the hell out of it. It's really great to be able to eat some bread, but that's just like a part of a meal, you know what I mean? Because the protein's too low.
So in the Hava app, we have a category where you can look at the highest scoring breads. I think a lot of those breads, they have a lot of wheat gluten in them. Like instead of having regular wheat flour, you have only the protein part of it. So I guess it goes from 12% protein to 100. What do you think about those breads that have, I guess, a whole lot of gluten? So not for the gluten intolerant people out there, stay away. They have that, and then they have some sort of resistant starch, which I'm not sure how much to actually trust the nutrition panel because they kind of count it all as fiber. And I'm not sure if it's 100% fiber. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I don't know exactly how, if there really are just 1 gram of carb or whatever absurdly low thing they state with the resistant starches. But I do like directionally, I love where they're going with all those breads. Like every single one of them has higher protein percent, higher fiber, lower energy density. It's just a win all the way across the board. So yeah, anytime you're eating any bread that's directionally going for any of those, it's better than just Wonder Bread. So I like those breads. I buy those breads. I eat those breads all the time. I think it's a good thing. And it's usually accompanied by something with more protein.
Yeah, I'm just a bit skeptical with the nutrition panels. They do look too good to be true when they have this sort of resistant wheat flour that still makes it look perfect and tasty, and then they count it as 0 carbs. I just don't trust that fully. What do you say?
I don't trust it. Like the answer is somewhere in between. It's not 0, but it's less than Wonder Bread. So, okay,
Less bad, but don't take the nutrition panel as a fact, right?
Yeah, the labels only have to be within 20% of what it really is. So, so there's a lot of wiggle room there. And then if you make the serving size of your bread less than 5 grams, then you can just say it has 0 carbs. You know what I'm saying? So
make up a lot of stuff, basically.
That's not true.
Let's look at the next one.
The top 3 snacks to eat to burn belly fat. The one thing that most overweight people all have in common is they constantly eat throughout the day. It is much better to eat meals, not snacks. But if you must snack, here are the top 3 best snacks on earth. Number 1 is hard-boiled eggs. If you have a hard time controlling your hunger, you should always keep some hard-boiled eggs stored in your refrigerator. Each time you get hungry and it isn't mealtime, just grab an egg or 2 and just eat the egg whites. The egg whites barely have any calories and they will fill you up.
Oh, do you have hard-boiled eggs available at all times?
Yes, I do. I eat so many of them that instead of boiling them myself, I buy them in bags individually sealed and wrapped. And so I can just take them everywhere I go. I'm usually eating the whole thing, but if you just eat the egg white, this dude is correct. This is the lowest energy density, highest protein, most absurdly crazy, awesome Hava, satiety, score, satiety per calorie thing on the planet. You'd have to peel and take the white off of and eat 120 hard-boiled eggs to get enough calories just to be alive.
That's hard work.
This is hard work. This is great. This is good. I don't know what he's doing with all the yolks.
You live so convenient lives over there in the US where you can just buy this stuff fixed. Yeah, you don't have to boil your eggs. You don't do anything, do you? You just buy it.
Nope. I just create mounds of single-use plastic waste and have eggs everywhere I go. It's America.
Sounds lovely.
So hopefully somebody can insert an eagle sound in here when they edit this video.
Absolutely. Okay. Number 2.
Number 2 is cottage cheese. This is a great snack to have before bed because it has no carbohydrates and it provides a long-acting protein called casein.
Okay. Cottage cheese. What's not to love?
Oh yeah, this is amazing, and he's right about the casein. So milk is like 80% casein, 20% whey, but cottage cheese has a lot of casein in it, and it basically congeals in your stomach and forms this like super slowly digesting bolus of protein that takes forever to digest and is bleeding aminos into your bloodstream for a super long time. And a lot of bodybuilders will eat cottage cheese right before they go to bed, or a casein powder or something, just to have like a lot of aminos in their circulation all night long. So it's very slow digesting, very high satiety per calorie. But okay, I got to be honest, I don't like plain cottage cheese. I I like Greek yogurt about 1,000 times better. I don't eat a lot of plain cottage cheese, but you know what I do with cottage cheese is I whip that stuff. So you put it in your food processor and just blend the absolute hell out of it.
Wow.
Go on YouTube and just Google whipped cottage cheese recipes or blended cottage cheese recipes. People are putting cottage cheese is having a moment right now, and it's in the whipped form.
Wow.
You whip the hell out of your cottage cheese in your food processor.
What was so great about that?
It gives it this crazy, amazing texture, and you can use it as a base for so many things. Like I'll just food process the hell out of a vat of cottage cheese, and you get this silky, awesome stuff that you pour. I'll pour Frank's Red Hot hot sauce in there, like 2-to-1 whipped cottage cheese and then hot sauce, and make like this crazy buffalo dip that I can mix with chicken, or I can use as a dip for crudité, raw vegetables or whatever. You can use it for so many different recipes, and you can replace, your ricotta in your lasagna with it. You can make a pasta sauce that's crazy with like a jarred marinara. This stuff is crazy. It's just most people don't like cottage cheese plain, including me. I'll be honest, it's not my favorite.
I actually like flavored cottage cheese, like blueberry cottage cheese or vanilla. It's really nice.
Yeah, you should try whipping it. Like, this is a challenge.
I'll have to do that.
Number 3 is natural peanut butter. 2 to 3 spoonfuls of natural peanut butter should be enough to take away the hunger until mealtime. Follow for more fat loss tips.
Oh, that was a bit more surprising. Peanut butter.
Ooh. Okay.
He lost it at the end, perhaps.
I'm working with bodybuilders, bikini models, aesthetic influencers. If you're a bikini model and you're really trying to crank your satiety per calorie really high and keep the calories really low, you're doing a show prep, or if you're a bodybuilder or something, nut butters are so delicious that they're just famous for being overeaten. So I've got these bodybuilders like literally getting out a teaspoon and a digital scale. They'll put the peanut butter on the scale, weigh it, scoop some out, weigh it again, and subtract. And that's how they know exactly how much they got. And they're literally just like having to watch that stuff because it's like crack. You're going to overeat the nut butter. You're like licking the spoon, licking the knife. It's way too many calories. This stuff is so tasty and delicious. So they'll put it in the freezer so that when they try to get some out, they can only just scrape off a couple little flakes of it. And
That's
it's just
ridiculous,
a natural
sorry.
way.
That sounds stupid.
It sounds terrible, but I guess what I'm saying is the hedonics are way too high in nut butters, and so that's not a great snack because most people are going to overeat.
I mean, it scores super low in our Hava app, right? If you check these nut butters, they're probably going to be in the teens or something. Does that seem about right?
Yeah, if I ate all the peanut butter I wanted, I know I just walk around fatter all the time, for sure. It's really hedonic and very high energy density. It's not the number one. What did you say? This was the 3 best snacks for fat loss?
Yeah. So he got 2 out of 3 right then.
I mean, he crushed it on the hard-boiled egg whites. Like, that is absolutely, for sure, number 1. Amazing. And then peanut butter. What? I don't even...
What happened? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, not perfect.